Hey, Derek Demore with Futures More and Futures Networks Live. We're here doing it on one screen today, up on vacation. So bear with me, but our opening bell call was for a short back tested data. We did go short. We ended up losing the NASDAQ. I'm going to explain the S&P in a second. And then we kind of modified the Russell where we made, I think, 6.5 on one and made a point on the other because I dropped my stop down. We lost the NASDAQ and we won because, as you can see right here, we had a quarter point slippage. I wasn't watching, I was doing the limit order side with DCAs. And if you look left here, we had a 41.7775 peak that I would have put my stop above if I was watching that. I mean, basically my stop would have been at 41.7750. So for an extra half a point, I clear this wick over here, which I would have done. Either way, if I would have gotten in at market or moved my stop, we would have made the 8 points on that. So kind of 1.5 wins and 1 loss. And now let's look at what we did here on the limit order side. I had a DCA set, you can see on the Russell down. I never got into that. It came so close to getting me in, but it didn't. And I ended up taking 4 points on 2 contracts on that. Oh no, 4 and then 8 is what I did on that one. And stopped out on the NASDAQ because it whipsawed right away, even though short was the call. I didn't want to DCA and get caught in this huge downturn. And then on the S&P, got into 2 contracts and then got out. So that's how that one went. So kind of a whipsaw market, but we'll show you the totals at the end. Let's go to the dailies and the end of day stuff. So thankfully, we did hit one of the calls on the NAS. The other 2 went down much further than I anticipated. Didn't know we were going to have that type of a blow off, but we did on Friday. Which, after the week of the Fed and just a lot of indecisions going into Father's Day, I just think it was a time. But we went down and touched almost a long-term spot that we had pointed at 41.21. It bounced off of that. About a 57%. That would have been a 61% retracement. So it came down about 57. We're between the S1 and the S2 pivots, Fibonacci pivots, solid bounce off of the 50-day. So, I mean, all in all, I think this looks extremely bullish. My end of day, now I did this a little earlier and it's moved even further. I think we're going to get up to about 42.19. We could go further or come pull back about 41.79. All right, next market. So this was the one that I hit. You can see that it's the only really bullish market right now. 14,000 is still kind of true support on the solids. It touched the 13,972, which was an old breakthrough level, and now it's bouncing off the 10-day. Just a minute ago, it was blue. So about half an hour ago, it was blue. So it's pulled back. Gone up again. It's outside of the channel, so that is going to be a little interesting to see what happens. Has to stay above 13,967 in the 10-day to be bullish. So I'm putting 1451 and 14,131 as end of days calls. So almost identical to the way that at least the last couple of days, the way that the S&P looks. It is the most bearish just because of it bounced off of the 89 period and the 2 sigma. So it closed below. I didn't finish this one. So you can kind of see what I put now. It bounced off of a very key spot, 2200. It almost went to 2 sigma, 89 period, S1, yada, yada, yada. Solid close above the 2222, which, looking left was needed. So, I did this a while ago and it was down at the 50-day. So it's either going to pull back maybe 2250 or finish this, 2290 is what I'm looking at. So let's see the totals and we'll move on. And just to finish up with the video, we got on the market, we lost a half a point, but we made 67 currency units on the micros and 670 on the minis. And on the limit orders, we were plus or negative 2 points, both because of the NASDAQ being larger points, and we were plus 92 currency units on the micro and 920 on the minis. So thanks for being with Futures Tomorrow, Futures Networks Live, and Positive Points for Breakfast, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.